Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to be working on lesson 59. Now go ahead and touch part 1. In some of those words, the letters EA make the sound E as in eat. In some of those words, the letters EA make the sound E as in end. Now touch the first word in column A. First word. What word? Pleasant. Next word. What word? Please. Next word. What word? Dream. Next word. What word? Health. Let's look at column B, boys and girls. First word. What word? Deal. Next word. What word? Dealt. Next word. What word? Instead. Next word. What word? Creature. Let's go ahead and look at part 2, boys and girls. Let's see if you remember a meaning for each of those affixes. Touch the letters P-R-E. What's one meaning of pre? Get ready. Pre. Touch the letters S-U-B. What's one meaning of sub? Get ready. Under or less than. Touch the letters UN. What's one meaning of un? Get ready. Not. Touch the letters RE. What's one meaning of re? Get ready. Again. Next word. Touch the letters LY. What's one meaning of lee? Get ready. How something happened. Now let's go ahead and look at part 3, boys and girls. Touch the first word in part 3. What's the underlined part? J. What word? College. Next word. What's the underlined part? All. What word? Taught. Next word. What's the underlined part? I. What word? Slightest. Next word. What's the underlined part? Lee. What word? Seriously. Next word. What's the underlined part? Pre. What word? Pretended. Next word. What's the underlined part? What word? Acid. Now let's go ahead and look at part 4, boys and girls. We're going to talk about what those words mean. Word number 1. Word number 1. What word? Impish. Impish means full of mischief. Touch word number 2. What word? Undergraduate. An undergraduate is a student who is studying for a regular college degree. Touch word number 3. What word? Graduate student. A graduate student is someone who has an undergraduate degree and is working on a higher degree. Touch the words in line 4. What words? Doctoral degree. A doctoral degree is the highest degree you can get. Touch the words in line 5. What words? Related to. If it has to do with another thing, it is related to that thing. So the theory had to do with the universe. So the theory was related to the universe. Touch word 6. What word? Incurable. When something is incurable, it can be cured. Let's go ahead and continue with part 5, boys and girls. Everybody should be following along. First word. What word? Apologized. Next word. What word? Entertainers. Next word. What word? Respond. Next word. What word? Advantage. Next word. What word? Practical. Next word. What word? Wrong. Next word. What word? Faked. Next word. What word? Conducted. Next word. What word? Striking. Next word. What word? Attracted. Next word. What word? Professional. Next word. What word? Equals. Next word. What word? Effect. Next word. What word? Routine. Next word. What word? Clue. Now let's go ahead and start with part 6, boys and girls. We're about to read the story. Make sure we're following along, paying close attention. Millie had a ball during the remaining 2 days of the convention of International Association of Physicists. She attended sessions during the day and was generally very serious, except when she shook hands with her handshake buzzer or pinned one of her red and white buttons on another physicist. In the evenings, however, she played one joke after another. By the end of the last evening of the convention, she had attracted a crowd of people who followed her around, waiting to see what her next joke would be. Most of the people in the crowd were physicists, but some were people who found Millie more entertaining than the professional entertainers in the hotel. One reason they found Millie was so funny was that though she had an impish twinkle in her eye, she didn't look like the type of person who would play practical jokes. For Millie, the convention was more fun than a circus. She had so much fun that she began to plan her tricks for the following year's convention of the International Association of Physicists. Millie found it a little dull to return to the routine in her laboratory and her classroom. She taught 2 courses, one for undergraduates who were taking their first college course in physics, and another for graduate students who were studying for their doctoral degree. She was pleasant and entertaining when she taught. She told stories that related to whatever the students were studying. Millie made a rule never to play practical jokes on her students. From time to time, she would break the rule with her graduate students, but she never joked with undergraduates. She didn't want to take advantage of them because she felt they were not in a position to get even if she played a joke on them. The other physicists, on the other hand, were Millie's equals. They could get mad at her or laugh at her or play a joke on her if they wished. And sometimes they did. For example, after Millie returned from the convention, she had very strange results when she performed a laser experiment on a piece of zinc. The reason was that the piece of zinc was not pure zinc. Fred and one of the other physicists, Dr. Helen Mark, had treated the zinc with acid. As Millie conducted the experiment and recorded the results, Fred watched her, laughing to himself. Millie quickly figured out what was wrong, but she didn't give the slightest clue that she had. Instead, very seriously, she performed several other experiments with the treated zinc. For one of these experiments, she placed a piece of zinc in a box. What Fred didn't know was that Millie had also placed a large rubber snake in the box. The snake was on a large spring, so the snake would pop out of the box when the lid was open. Millie placed the box on the laser target and faked an experiment. Then she pretended to open the box and look inside. Finally, she called Fred over and said, "Freddie, I can't understand what's happening with this zinc. Look inside that box. You're not going to believe what you see. Okay, Fred said, smiling. He opened the box and the snake flew out, striking him on the chin. He dropped the box lid and jumped in the fright. His face turned quite red as he said, "We were just trying to teach you a lesson, but I think you're incurable." Millie apologized for her joke, then she returned to her experiments. For some reason, she decided to put a piece of gold in the box and see if the metal detector would still give strange readings. It did. Then she filled the box with dirt and shot a series of short laser bursts at it. The metal detector reacted the same as it had when there was no dirt in the box. Millie began to reason this way. If the box and the dirt don't affect the reading on the metal detector, the laser can be used to detect gold when it is underground. If the beam goes in the direction of gold, the metal detector will respond in the strange way. I can find gold with my laser. Okay, boys and girls, so after watching this video, make sure you complete lesson 59 and turn your worksheet in. Have a great day.